Doom and Doom Eternal on the Nintendo Switch have an exclusive feature that always bothered me that they never ported to the other versions, so I'm gonna fix the problem myself. The Nintendo Switch port of Doom 2016 blew everyone's minds away. How could such a graphically impressive, fast-paced game run on this potato? Well, it couldn't. I mean, it's playable and it still looks like Doom, which is really impressive, but Doom 2016 especially can barely run at 30 FPS. It's by far the worst version of these games. But there's one feature that makes me prefer this version over the others, and that feature is Gyro Aiming. No, not like this. It's more like this. And you may be asking who asked for this, right? And Doom answers literally everyone. So for those who don't know, gyro aiming is basically motion aiming. You use your wrists to aim in conjunction with the analog stick, which gives you more speed and precision while aiming. Some may say that it even rivals the qualities of a mouse. Heck, on PC you can literally use gyro to emulate a mouse, and it works much better than emulating an analog stick. The good thing is that every major controller at the time, minus the Xbox controllers, could benefit from this feature, which makes that much more offensive when they never ported this feature to the other versions. Yeah, for some reason this happens a lot. Nintendo players ask for gyro because Nintendo is based and cool, adding gyro to everything that requires aiming on their games, so players ask for it. But even though the same features are available on PlayStation and PC, with better quality mind you, that's just ignore it. And I'm tired of waiting, so I'm doing something about this. I'm adding gyro to Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal right now. This is my plan. Gyro works better when emulating a mouse. Emulating an analog stick is tricky because you need to counter acceleration curves, dead zones, and a bunch of other stuff, when compared to a mouse, where you just, move the mouse like a motion controller. So I will use the PC version of these games, along with an input remapper that I'm sure you have installed in your PC, Steam. With it, I'm going to create a controller layout, and when I'm done, I will share my layout with the community, so any of you watching can play like me with just a few clicks. And yes, this will also work on Steam Deck, so make sure to watch until the end. The first thing that I did was to check if these games have a thing called mixed inputs. Mixed inputs is the ability to use controller and mouse inputs at the same time, which will save us a lot of time because we don't have to bind every button on the controller to a key on the keyboard. Thankfully, both Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal have mixed input support. Next, I went to the settings to disable aim assist and make sure no acceleration or smoothing was being applied to my mouse. Yeah, since gyro is so similar to a mouse, we don't need aim assist for this. Next, I enabled wait a minute. Yeah, turns out the official layout of Doom 2016 already uses gyro as a mouse. I didn't know that before making this video. That's nice. It isn't a native implementation, but menus work correctly and the weapon wheel works too. The only problem is that it's using an old gyro mode on Steam, and it doesn't have many features that modern players expect nowadays, like a gyro disable button. But more on that later, there's still work to be done. So I changed to the new gyro mode that is much more reliable and precise, and calibrated the dots per 360 value. And that sentence made no sense to everyone who doesn't already know how to do this. So here we go. You know how sensitivity sliders use arbitrary values? Like, this number doesn't mean anything, it's just more or less sensitive. Well, with gyro, there's a thing called the natural sensitivity scale. If you turn your controller 1 degree to the left, the camera in-game will also turn 1 degree. This is awesome because you can have the same sensitivity across multiple games. And because the sensitivity values that you choose will actually mean something, when set to 2, one full rotation of the controller will translate to 2 full rotations in-game. If set to 3, it will rotate 3 times and so on. So that's why I calibrated this value, because now Steam and the game are aligned and Steam can handle the sensitivity without me having to use math to find my preferred one. When doing these kinds of configs, I always try to keep the original layout intact and only change necessary things. For example, we need a button to disable gyro. This is important for repositioning the controller. Just hold R3, get comfy and release R3 to get back to the action. It's similar to the action of lifting a mouse once you had reached the edge of a mousepad, but instead of lifting, it's a button. On this game you can't move the camera while doing glory kills, so it's a perfect opportunity to reposition the controller. This game wasn't really designed around the weapon wheel, because you can cancel the reload animation of most weapons by quickly switching them. This isn't necessary, you can be more than decent at the game and not do lots of weapon combos, but it's just so fun to do. I played through most of the game with the weapon wheel, so I could only quick switch between 2 weapons at a time, but some clever people found ways of getting rid of the weapon wheel, letting you change weapons with the face buttons. All I had to do was unbind the weapon wheel button and change some settings on Steam, allowing me to switch to multiple weapons just like keyboard players do. To be fair, I'm not super used to this scheme yet, but it is possible and I'm sure people can suggest some improvements to my layout in the comments. We are almost done, but I feel like we can go even further. No one wants to play a game like this all the time, so usually we use the analog stick for looking around and gyro just for more precise movements. But I think turning the camera with the analog sticks is way too slow. Well, not anymore. This is Flickstick. Flickstick allows me to snap the camera to the angle that I pointed with the right analog stick, or to sweep smoothly if I put the analog forward first. If you are already used to traditional analog sticks, this will be really hard at first, but man, Flickstick feels right at home in this game. I highly recommend it. Yeah, it turns out this whole project was extremely easy. If I wasn't explaining everything here, I could make this configuration in less than 3 minutes. And that's unusual. Going through this process on other games often suck, because they do not work well with mixed inputs. Menus keep bugging, the UI keeps flickering, it's a mess. So I'm glad devs took the time to make this work so well on these games. Hopefully, Doom Dark Ages will receive the same treatment. And if it was easy for me, it's even easier for you. If you are interested in playing these games like this, just connect your controller to your PC, then click on the gamepad icon next to the play button on Steam. Click on the name of the layout, then go to the community tab. Press the show all layouts button, and search for my layouts. I created one for gyro plus joystick, one for flickstick, and a variation of both with quick switching. Just make sure to use the default mouse sensitivities on both games. And if you want to change the gyro sensitivity and mess around with a bunch of gyro options, use Steam to do that, alright? Do not use the in-game sensitivity slider because this will break everything. The truth is, people have been playing these games with gyro on PC for years now, and the most popular configurations already utilize gyro. All I did was update them. In the end, Doom was right. Who asked for this? Literally everyone. And it seems that we are still asking. Hey, just a quick message at the end here. If you enjoy playing these games with Gyro Aim, I have a collection of configs for different games, so you can just import them and have fun. I do all of this for free, the channel, the configurations, everything, so please consider donating to the channel. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.